Panelists for today are Chuol Bok Yak. He's incident handler at Safetycom South Sudan, which is a cybersecurity project for DeFi Head Now South Sudan. And then we have Charles Chong, who is a cybersecurity analyst and also a tech entrepreneur. This session is organized by 211 Check in partnership with Safetycom. South Sudan is being supported by the International Fact-Checking Network. We do this every month, so we have a training and we have a webinar every month. Last week we had a training on cybersecurity, which most of you attended. So today we'll have the webinar, and this will mark the end of our engagement, the month of October, and then we plan for the month of November, where we'll again have a training and a webinar. We would like to again sincerely thank International Fact-Checking Network for the support, and also thank each and every one of you for taking the initiative to gain insights into why cybersecurity is shared responsibility, and also what your responsibilities are as a digital citizen, and what the responsibilities of other stakeholders are. Because, like we say, it is a shared responsibility. So I would like to take this moment to invite the panelists to introduce themselves, and then we dive into the presentation and later on to the question and answer session. I will begin by Chuol. Chuol, you can introduce yourself in 1 minute, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chuol Bok. I'm a cybersecurity analyst, and also I currently working with Safetycom as an incident handler here in Safetycom.
Great, thank you so much. Now I will hand it over to Charles.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible enough? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm Charles Chol, cybersecurity analyst and tech entrepreneur. It's good to have you guys here.
Great. Once again, I would like to thank our panelists for taking their time out of the busy schedules of this. Of course, all of you know that October is a cybersecurity awareness month where we educate digital citizens on the importance of cybersecurity, what their responsibilities are, and things that they need to know as digital citizens. So I would like to head over to Charles, and then after that we will be going to the Q&A session. Charles, over to you for the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Bida. Thank you. As we've heard from Bida, October is the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and it's and this month actually marks the 20th anniversary. You know, Cybersecurity Awareness Month was launched in 2004, and it was launched by CISA and National Cybersecurity Alliance, and we are glad to be part of it. South Sudan is still catching up. It's not too late to, get there. So let's dive into today's session. The topic today, as we've heard from Bida, cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. Cybersecurity is not an individual thing. We cannot blame it on one person. It's our responsibility, and it is us, like, who collaborate with these hackers, and then we later complain that, I've been hacked, I've been done this and that, and we also help them, because us getting the information, it's our responsibility. So today, in today's connected world, protecting ourselves from cyber threats is no longer a Septicon or a SAT responsibility. It's you and me and everybody outside there. Yeah. So it's a shared duty that requires collaboration. What is cybersecurity? So hearing cybersecurity, and I think we have people here who might have no idea what the cybersecurity is. So, hello. Am I clear? Is my audible?
Yeah, you're audible, but your voice is too low a little bit.
I think it's the connection. Okay, I think I'll have to raise it. So,
it's clear, it's clear.
yeah, as we said, uh, what is cybersecurity? Before we dive in, we need to understand what the cybersecurity is. And the cybersecurity is the protection of the systems, the computer system or the networks, from the bad guys, which are the malicious actors, the hackers, you can call them, from stealing your information or damaging your systems. Okay. So one thing we need to understand is where there is technology, there is need to be a cybersecurity. Uh, you know, can even go to these IoT, Internet of Things nowadays. There is smart TVs, there is these microwaves and all this. Anything that is connected to internet needs the cybersecurity. Need to be vigilant. So maybe we can invite in Chwal to maybe give a simple understanding on what cybersecurity is before moving to the next topic.
Thank you so much, John. Just to add on to what is written on the screen. So when you talk about cybersecurity, so you need to understand what cybersecurity is all about, because most of us, we are not from background of cybersecurity, and most of us we are not from the tech background. Just to break it down for you to have a deep understanding on how cybersecurity is all about. When you look at cybersecurity, those are two terms. We have a cyber and we have a security. So those are two words that just combine together to form cybersecurity. So just to get you deep into understandings of these two words, we talk about cyber. Let's talk about cyber only. So cyber, these are the technology, the devices, the phone that you use, the internet itself, any kind of electronic device that you use to get access to the internet is what we call cyber. So now when it comes to security, we need to understand this device that we're using. So you always use your WhatsApp, your Facebook, and all kinds of these social media. So we need to make sure that all these social media, they are protected. So that's why security come in. So when you talk about the whole thing, that is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the processes, technology, and then tool in the place to make sure that our data is being protected online from cyber criminals. And that's all about cybersecurity. And it has like the three ingredients of what we call sometimes the element of cybersecurity. So we have what we call CIA triad. That is what we call the element of cybersecurity. That is the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So these are the two ingredients when it comes to cybersecurity. So whatever you protect, the whole within the CIA triad. So CIA triad, confidentiality. Let me just break them into three. We talk about the confidentiality. We need to make sure that what data that you have, like personal data, company data, organization data, so it's not accessed by an authorized person. It's the only intended person of the authorization to have access to that kind of information. There's not any third party to access that information. So that's what we call confidentiality. That's why you always, you know what, this is a confidential data. So you don't share with anyone. Only authorized person can access it. We talk about integrity. So you have that data who is already protected in the company or any organization. So we don't need anyone to have access to it to change or to modify or maybe to alter any kind of information or maybe to lead any kind of data within that information that you have. So there's no anyone can tamper with your information. There's no modifications or any kind of thing. That's what we call integrity of the information. So we have what we call availability. So availability means that data that you have, then it have to be available whoever when it is needed. But let's talk about your bank. You have your bank, you have your bank account, and sometimes you have your ATM machine, ATM card. I mean, so you go to ATM machine, so you find that you try to insert your card, and you find that the machine is not working. So the service is unavailable. So that is against what we call cybersecurity try hard. That is availability. The data should be available whenever it is needed. So how can we make sure that the confidentiality, integrity, and availability is secure? So first, we talk about confidentiality. How do we make sure that data is confidential? So that's why we need to apply what we call encryption, where you add a secure password, or maybe you can always do some kind of encryptions on the data. So no one should try to access that data. That should be a strong password on that information. So we talk about data integrity. So integrity means, so that should be what we call we talk about what we call hashing algorithm, whereby so the data integrity is have to be the same. So for example, I send you the email. That email that I sent to you, so you have to be the same email that I already sent. So there's no one should tamper with it. So whenever I try to compare what is inside the email and what I said and what I have, so they have to be the same. So no one can try to deny that, I did not receive this email. So availability, we need to make sure that the data is available whenever it is needed. So that's what we call cybersecurity mean. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you for the in-depth information. I think by now we know what cybersecurity is and what it is all about. So we can move on to the next slide. But I think David wants to say something. We can give you the chance. David?
I'll kindly proceed with the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So we all know what cybersecurity is. This brings us to why is cybersecurity important? What are the best practices, to be a cyber smart or, being a cybersecurity? So the first thing is implementing cybersecurity best practices is very important for you, for me, for anybody outside there, or your organization where you come from, to protect the personal information or the personal data. Could be the names or the pay sheet and the finance sensitive information from the hackers, or for the government or private entities. These tailored cybersecurity plans or processes, they should have them in place, to protect and maintain business operation or business continuity. So these are the importance of having a cybersecurity systems. So we have a research from the cybersecurity attitude and behavior report. This is the feelings towards cybersecurity. This is how people feel about cybersecurity worldwide. And the 70% of the people consider staying safe, staying secure online as a priority. Being protective, using the protective measures, safety first. While you're online, safety first. And there's a finding that says 34% noted they fell frustrated, overwhelmed by the information as a result, minimize their online action. People feel like, being online is dangerous, and they fear. For instance, there are people who don't have the social media accounts. You find other person doesn't have a Facebook account or a Twitter account because they feel like, them being there, all the information being outside there is insecurity to them. So they feel overwhelmed. Another finding says that 46% of the people felt frustrated while staying online. These are the people whereby you are online, you're being bullied, the bullying, or your account is taken down, and you're getting messages that spams. So they felt frustrated while being online. And we have another finding that says 39% of the users trying to keep safe felt information on how to stay secure online is confusing. There are people who wants to be online and they have the resources, but they are confused how to do it. They are online, they have the resources, but they fear. So they're confused. And through this webinar or a training like this, I think some of the people who had no idea and they have the resources, at the end of the day, I think we will be all on the same level. So this is a finding from the annual cybersecurity attitude and behavior report 2022. So we have our online behaviors as individuals. And this is a global finding, and says only 33% of the individuals create unique password for all accounts. See, others, there are people who are using their names, or they are using their numbers that are easy to guess. Yeah? But only 33 of the people have unique passwords, and only 18 of them have downloaded password manager. Nowadays is a password manager. You don't, if you're scared of creating a long password, and you're scared of not remembering it, you can just download the password manager, and password manager will do the rest for you. Will store the password, and will even alert you in case you have repeated the password. See? So the next thing is the 48% of the respondents have never heard of multi-factor. And I believe maybe we have some of the people here that don't know about the multi-factor authentication. And yeah, you're going to find out, we'll know, we'll learn about these things in the next slides. So out of the 57% of the participants who heard about this, 79 applied it once, and 94 of them reported that they were still using multi-factor. Okay. So these are the respondents, like the 92% of respondents took action after security training. And I believe most of you, after this training, you're going to have these actions in place, and you will not be confused like the rest of the people. Here, the 58% of the people say they are better at recognizing phishing. And I believe some of you don't know phishing yet. And at the end of the day, you will know these things, and you will be better at recognizing it. Another finding says 45% started using strong and unique password. Others of 40% started using multi-factor authentication, and 40% started regular installing software updates, which are the measures to stay safe online. So that brings us to ways to stay safe online. How can we stay safe online? And these are the only 4 recommended security measures that if you put in place, you will be safe. If you use a strong password or a password manager, your password can be hard to guess, and to be giving the hackers hard time, penetrating into your system. or if you turn on multi-factor authentication, which it's available in all the financial institution, the social media, uh, and there are apps available whereby you can download it and it can help you. Uh, Now you recognize and report the phishing attacks. How do you know? How do you identify and report these phishing attacks? We shall know in the next slide. And regular update of your software. So that brings us to the passwords. One of the measures for cybersecurity is having a strong, unique, long, and complex password that is hard to guess. The recommended characters should be at least 16 long characters. And the uniqueness is you should not use the same password on different sites. One password per site is a good practice. Complex is you have to mix it. As you can see, upper and lower cases letters, the numbers, the special characters that you all know, and the spaces, you know, that can help you have a very good and a strong password. So we talk about password manager. A password manager, it's available on Google Chrome and even Microsoft Edit. You know, they can help you store your passwords. They can alert you in case you've repeated the same passwords or duplicated your passwords. They can generate, in case you want a strong password, they can generate a new strong password. Some automatic fill, like when you log in and the site is recognized, they can just automatically fill your login credentials into the site, which makes it easier for you to sign in. Encryption. This is one of the things that was mentioned earlier by my colleague, Tual. Encryption ensures that password manager doesn't know what your passwords are. These things are encrypted. It's only you that can have access to these passwords, and which is keeping you safe from cyber attacks. So now we talk about multi-factor authentication. So what is a multi-factor authentication? And how is it? Okay. So a multi-factor authentication could be a code or a code that can be sent to your email. You can generate the code that can be sent to your email or your phone number, or it could be an app. As we said, there is a recommended authenticators outside there. One which is a Google authenticator, and even there's a Edge authenticator. So these authentications, they can help you, generate or store your keys. For instance, WhatsApp uses multi-factor authentication. The Facebook as well. There's Facebook is the major cyber threat in the latest, in our country lately, because people are tricked into sending their codes or their numbers, and then a hacker or a scammer tries to change your password. And how is they generate the code which is sent to your number, and you help them by sending them the same code for which they use it to change your password. So using a multi-factor, even if you can give them the password, even if I give you the password to my site, you can log in, but you cannot have access to my account, because you need approval from the authentication app, or from my email or a phone. So multi-factor authentication could be a key, a security key that is generated. You can store these keys maybe in a flash, or maybe they are generated, or you can save them. Okay. Multi-factor authentication, it's like a biometrics. Biometrics. For instance, it uses the fingerprint, or it uses the facial recognition to give you access to your account. Now, where should you use the multi-factor authentication? Where can you use it? It's you can use it on your emails. You can turn it on in your emails, or you can use it with accounts with financial information, the online stores, the online banking. You can also use it with account with personal information. Could be your social media accounts, as we said earlier, the Facebook account, the WhatsApp, or Twitter, and so on. So this is where you can use the multi-factor authentication to secure your credentials. So now this brings us to the phishing. What is phishing, and how do you recognize phishing, and where do you report the phishing? So at this point, I would like to invite in my brother Chuan to come and tell us what phishing is, and how do you detect the phishing. Chuan, floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Sean. Just want to give you a little explanation on what phishing is all about. Phishing is like, this is the word coming from the word fish. Like in traditionally, then you go to the river, then you get your hook. So when you get the hook, you have to make sure that you put a fish or something that can attract fish inside the water, or maybe the river. So you just drop it into the water, and then so whoever come and grab it, or maybe the fish will just come and grab that fish, the small fish that you put on the hook or any kind. You can even put meat or something. So you just drop in the water, and then from there, this fish will just come and grab it. So eventually, and then you will get the fish out of the river, and then you will use for your motive, and what is the motive and the vision that you need the fish for. So it's the same thing like fishing. So phishing is a kind of a social engineering attack whereby so the hacker will send a lot of email, or maybe because we have a different type of phishing. We have what we call the spear phishing. We have what we call smishing. Then we have a phishing. So these are the kind of the attack whereby the hacker will send the email to you, and you can even call it through a phone call. He can also send you a text message to your phone number, just claiming to be the person that you was, or maybe the company that you work for. So eventually you will get access to, eventually the hacker will get access to your personal detail, like the username, password, and everything that you want to, and the hacker wanted to get. So it's kind of like the hacker trying to get hack, like trying to hack your personal detail, like maybe your bank account, or maybe your social media, or any kind of the platform that hacker wanted you to give information to. It comes through many ways. It can come through text messages. It comes through like a voice call, and also the person even can come to you physically. So that's what we call a phishing. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. So as we've heard, there's a saying that if it looks fishy, it probably is. Okay. So this is how you can detect, or you can recognize the phishing. You know, the tone that is urgent, or it's making you scared. You know, if you don't do this, this will happen. Okay? Take this link immediately, or your account will be closed. or maybe there is an update in the system, and if you don't log in now, the data will be lost and all that. Okay. So if you find it that it is urgent, then it is phishing. Another thing is you check for the spellings. Sometimes they are, bad spellings, the grammar they use is not that authentic, or this the messages can be requesting for personal information. For instance, the bank, you've already applied and your information is stored with them, but again, they're telling you you have to send in eh, your passport or your details again, that we have a failure in the system. So it will probably look fishy. Some emails address, they don't match the company it's coming from. See, we have an example here. As you can see, the safetycom.org versus this safetycom.org. So it's just looking like they look the same, unless you have to pay attention and see that there is a change. But when it is urgent, you will not have to, you cannot see that. So you just have to, be careful, check the address, check the website before you can proceed. Uh, Another way is you can be, the email can be, coming from an expected time. You do not expect the email from them. So you be careful. Now, since you've known what the phishing is, what do you do? Or what to do in case there is a suspicious link that you have received? What are you supposed to do and what are you not supposed to do? Uh, don't click on any link that you feel like is suspicious. You can check it. Uh, there is a website that you can usually use to check these web links that you feel that they are suspicious. You check against if they are flagged. They're flagged as virus or malicious links or not. The website is called Virus Total. The Virus Total is it's a website that you can check any suspicious link. So the don't click don't click on any attachment that you just received from the unknown, or don't send personal information if it's not necessary. What you're supposed to do is you check, verify the sender. Uh, Another thing is you can contact the person directly if you know them. Yeah, if it's someone that you contact them and find out from them why they are asking you for the credentials, or you can report it to your department, to your organization, or to your IT department, or you can just delete it. If you feel like you don't need it, you can delete it. So now that brings us to another measures to keeping yourself safe online. Regular update of your software. It's one of the measures. Why should you update your software? Somebody may ask you why. Updates, they ensure your device and app are protected from the latest threats. Uh, those who are using Apple, there is this release of every purchase, every, I think, 2 to 3 months, they usually release new updates, or there is a release of software or operating system whenever they release a new iPhone. So you check on your devices for the latest update, and always keep your software updated. Another one is don't click remind me later, because it will leave you vulnerable, to leave you outside there to for the hackers to penetrate anytime. So you have to Whenever you see an update, you have to update immediately. Don't click remind me later. You can also turn on automatic updates. They are also the easiest. You can turn it on and it will automatically update itself. Yeah. So where can you find updates? As we said, those who are using iOS or the iPhone users, uh, you can find it in settings and general, and then the software update. That's where you can check for the notification to your phone or a computer. Or you can look in your phone browser or app setting. There are updates that are available. Or check the corner of your browser for any alerts. Those who are using Microsoft or Edit, you can always check for this update, their latest update, or you can turn on the automatic updates. Now, this is where we are all involved. This is, since we said cybersecurity is a shared responsibility, it's this is a work of me and you and anybody outside there. And somebody who is here today can take on or can be a cybersecurity analyst outside there, and they can pick on from there and they can teach uh, our people about the cybersecurity awareness. And now, how can you get involved in cybersecurity? And where can you be involved? What can you do? At your work, at your workplace, you can publicize resources or activities. You know the the CISA, which is the Cybersecurity and Incident Infrastructure Security Agency, and National Cybersecurity Alliance. They have these resources that are available, and if like the slides we're using is one of them, and you can use them or the resources you've learned from this webinar to teach your colleagues, your employees, your bosses, or your customers about staying safe. You can get involved through promotions. Uh, you can do awareness promotion, or you can also give discounts at your businesses. Those who are having businesses, you can give them in the form of a giveaway or discounts. Another way to get involved in cybersecurity is holding a contest. There is recently there was uh, a hackathon organized by MTN, and these are ways you can get involved in cybersecurity contest. At your home, those who are staying with kids, the parents, the friends that usually visit, you can share helpful tips or resources to your friends, kids at home, or parents. You teach them how how can they turn on a multi-factor authentication? How can they use a unique or a strong password? Or how can they recognize phishing, and where can they report it to? See, these are the things that you can share with your friends. Another thing is you can hold a family tech talk. You can decide to talk about the technology. You know, technology is an exciting and it's so overwhelming. So we talk about cybersecurity, and you can discuss how each family member can protect their devices or account or personal information. Or you can create a cybersecurity culture in your family, a culture of a cybersecurity in your family. Uh, in your community, uh, as somebody who has attended this webinar, and cybersecurity is a shared responsibility, uh, you can volunteer to teach others in your community. You can reach out to schools. You can reach out to community centers, the senior centers, or the people who go to church. You can treat this as a place of worship. You can tell them about cybersecurity, or you can join the online conversation in social media using Cybersecurity Awareness Month or Secure Our Digital World. This is the theme for this awareness month. So these are ways, and this is how you can get involved in cybersecurity, and you become a cybersecurity analyst. So you can check out. Now, this brings us to cybersecurity culture. How can we build a culture of a cybersecurity, a strong cybersecurity in South Sudan or in our communities? So, the use of basic cybersecurity trainings, such as this training, which will familiarize staff with cybersecurity concept or activities associated with implementing cybersecurity best practices. So this training could be one of the measures for a strong cybersecurity culture in South Sudan. Or you can look out to available cybersecurity resources that are available online. You can get involved in topics like the phishing or the good email practice, uh, educational institutions that are, having a cybersecurity free course. They are available, as well as private sectors and government resources or sources that talking about cybersecurity. You can look out to the private sectors, could be the safety com, the government sources are the National Communication Authority or the SAT for any resource or advice that you need. Another thing is stay current on cybersecurity events and incidents. There is always the reports or events or on the ongoing cybersecurity uh, incidents that shared online. You can look out to Safetycom or SAT. They always talk about. They can publish. They always publish events and incidents updates. So this help identify lesson learned and help to maintain vigilant and guilty to cybersecurity trends. So always be looking out to such. Another thing is encourage employees to make a good choice online. You don't have to just click on any malicious link, or you don't have to click on emails that you are not expecting. Learn about risk uh, related to phishing or a business email compromise. They usually happen to, yeah. So this brings us to the end of my presentation. So I will hand it back to Vida and Chua. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so very much for the presentation. Very excellent. I'm giving you a virtual hand clap there. And of course, well done. Now I would request both panelists to on their videos as we move to the session for as we move to the session. It will last about 30 minutes with questions, and then after that, we will give the audience to ask a few questions. Some of the questions might have already been answered during the presentation, but you can still answer them. Most of the members of the audience are able to clearly get what you mean. Thank you so much. I will give you a Charles. You can grab a glass of water because you've been speaking, so probably you are definitely tired. So just 3 minutes break for all of us to reflect on the presentation. And also, I will take this chance to read a few comments that we have in the chat box. Yeah, I see somebody saying, "I hope today you guys will not dominate." That I hope you guys will not dominate again with too much talking, like the one of last week. We need to be given a chance to ask questions. It wasn't too much talking, but it was an in-depth presentation. So we actually got a lot of positive feedback from the previous presentation. So it's unfortunate that you think it was too much talk. And then somebody is saying they wonder how people cope with social media accounts. Yeah, people do cope, and also people do give up. And somebody is saying that's why they always avoid clicking links without checking. Thanks for explaining what phishing means. Yeah, it's when you come across links, you should always take your time. You should always take your time to view the link so that it is really from the correct domain and so that you don't become a victim of scam. And somebody is saying, usually I double check or even inbox friends to ask if they are the ones who sent me Facebook request. Yeah, that's excellent. Very good practice. And somebody was saying they were not able to copy this link. You can just click on it, and then direct you there. Or you can just take note of it. Just type on your browser virus total. You should be able to see that. Yeah, so he's saying people should be able to create a culture of cybersecurity. Yeah, that's good. And appreciation. Thank you, Charles, for the brilliant presentation. And thanks, Charles, for the presentation. Somebody's asking what is the difference between password manager and LastPass? LastPass is a password manager. Okay, so somebody is saying thanks, Charles, classmate at Eastbat. Oh, nice to know that Charles is your classmate. Thank you for joining, and we'll later have you have some comments. And somebody say thanks for the presentation. Somebody saying what is TIC used for? Does it help in cybersecurity safety? Somebody is so thank you so much guys for okay, great. So our break time is over. Are you back? Charles?
Yes, yes, Peter, with you.
Back?
Uh, yes, Peter. I think we're going to move into the Q&A section, which is the last part.
Yes, we are going to move on to the Q&A. And then we need to have your videos on so that instead of screen sharing, we can actually see you as both of you talk. So both you and Chua will have your videos on so that we're
Ah, okay.
Yep. Yes, I can see you all. The video is already on. Yeah, good. Charles, I can see your video is also on. Yes, so good. So um, we are all good to go now. And I will throw the question just, and then any of you can just take up from there and see who wants to answer. Or if one answers, another one can add. I hope that is clear. Yes. So, like the first question that I would like to answer is based on your observation and also the landscape that we have in this country. So, what do you think are what have you seen as the common cyber threats that individuals and organizations in South Sudan should be aware of?
Yeah, I think I will take over from here. When we looked at the cybersecurity landscape in the South Sudan, so we are quite a little bit like we are facing a lot of challenges when it comes to mostly with social media platform. Because at the government level and also private level, we don't have a good statistics on what is happening because most of these government institutions we are lacking some of the cybersecurity specialists in the place to identify, also to analyze, and also respond to this kind of cybersecurity incidents. So it's very hard for us to understand, also to estimate what's happening and what's not happening in the system. So we just look at what's happening within the social media platform because most of the attack that are being reported, especially in Safaricom, is more within the social media platform. Most of it is phishing attack and also social engineering attack. Is also because phishing is also part of social engineering attack, whereby these hacker what they do, they manipulate human being like you, human being like me, and then they will get access to some information that they're requesting for. So, for example, the hacker just, these people that are hacking social media, they're not hackers. These are the people just trying to play around with people on social media. And by the way, this guy, they're not the one hacking your social media. So you are the one hacking your personal social media because I can tell you very sure 100%, there's no anyone can say that I can hack social media like Facebook because Facebook is more secure. So now this hacker, what they try to do, they will get access, they'll just go to your social media platform, maybe let me say Facebook, and then they will look for your profile, then they will look for getting your username, they try to reset the password. So when they reset the password, so this password reset code will be sent back to you as the password of that account. So now they will get a way, that is the third way of getting access to that code because they will send the code to your email or maybe they will send to your phone number. So now they will get a way of doing a social engineering, like trying to manipulate the your human psychology and your curiosity on how you can, on how they can get back that code from you. So eventually you will forward that code to them and they will get access to your personal social media like Facebook. And those are the things, those are the issues that I normally handle here. I can give you an example. One of the guy yesterday, his account was hacked, and then the hacker is from Kenya. So he was trying to tell the guy that, you know what, they have been chatting on WhatsApp. I even go through their chatting. Then he was trying to tell, he was telling the guy that, for you to get back your personal account, so you need to send me $100. The guy was almost sending that money to that guy in Kenya. So from there, the guy called me, he called him WhatsApp. I told him, okay, you come to Safaricom. So the guy came to me yesterday here. So we went through the recovering process and all this. So, and I went through and asked him some kind of the questions that, how did that guy get access to your personal detail and the code? So then he told me, this guy, I think this guy get access to my relative account. But from that, I just assumed that I just like believe that this is my personal and the person that I know. So the guy sent forward a call to the hacker. Then from there, the hacker get access to everything. So we went through the setting and all this, then the hacker was back. So we kick out the hacker from social media. And these are not the hackers. These are the people like you, like, they're not even good at it. These are the tech people. These are the people that try to play on social media. But that's the modern threat that now we are facing. We also nowadays, we talk about the government level, government institution level, and also organization level. So most of the things that happen nowadays, what we call insider threat. So you find within the organization, you find within the company, you find someone that is working for the company, but in the other way around, it's not working for the company. So it's working for another third-party company or maybe your competitor. So these insider threats, so these are the people, they try to use the advantage of working within that organization. They will sell your company ideas to another third party. So these are the people that need to understand when it comes to organization level, when it comes to all kind of a government institution, or maybe your private government, private institution. So this is the one of the threat now that we are facing mostly in the country, but I cannot give you the specific, the actual statistics on this kind of threats, but that's the one important. So we talk about phishing. That's what happened now on social media. We have social engineering, that whereby the hacker can come to you physically to your office, or maybe the friend that you really know, then try to play on your human psychology to know what are the services that company is running, what are the email being used by the company, and what are the things that you guys are working in the place, so that they will use that information against you. That's why you see that why you hear that when you hear the what we call impersonation, that one coming to social engineering attack. So whereby the person will get more information about you. They can do what we call open source intelligence, that what we call OSINT. So now the person will get more information about you. So that's why sometimes we advise people mostly don't share your personal details on social media. It's very dangerous. Even your education credential, that don't share on your social media account, because later on this hacker, when they're doing what we call offensive intelligence, it's called information gathering. So they will go to your social media account. So what are the things that you don't want to post on your person? They will use that information against you. They will impersonate you as you. And later on, you will be in danger. So that's what's happening here in South Sudan when it comes to the threat that we are facing in the country. Back to you, Bida.
Okay, thank you so much, Chuol, for the in-depth explanation. So you did mention something to do with phishing and social engineering. Now, Charles, you made in your presentation, you also mentioned how individuals can protect themselves from phishing attacks as well as other forms of social engineering. Can you make an emphasis on two key ways individuals can protect themselves from phishing attacks and other forms of social engineering?
Okay, thank you, Vida, for the question. As we've talked about phishing earlier, the best ways is you have to check the link before you click. That's the most important thing that you can do. You check the link. If it is suspicious, you leave it. Or if you feel like this link is very important and it's urgent and you need to check it out, I think I would advise you go to a website called Virus Total. It has been pinned down in the comment section, whereby you can check your links against phishing attacks, because it's through these links that you can click and you share your own information. So the best way is to avoid it, not to fall for it. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. And also, you did mention with potential risks of using public Wi-Fi networks. So, like, how can we? What do you think are some of the potential risks of using public Wi-Fi? Like when you go to airports, most international airports, they have free Wi-Fi. So how can some of these potential risks be mitigated? Like for people who travel a lot, they use a lot of public Wi-Fi, or maybe they live in. I'm told in a lot of countries these days there are a lot of public Wi-Fi. And for someone from a country like South Sudan, if you go to such places, definitely you may want to use free internet. You may not want to spend on data. So what are some of the potential risks that come with the use of public Wi-Fi, and how can these risks be mitigated? Charles.
Yeah. Thank you for the question. Regarding the Wi-Fi, it's open and it's dangerous, and anything that is free, it's never free. Freedom is never freedom, right? Until it is at a cost. So using the public Wi-Fi, I would advise, if it's urgent that you need to use it, it's better you use a VPN, a virtual private network. You turn it on while you surf on this open internet. So I would recommend you use VPN or you avoid using it. Thank you.
Perfect. So the key message here is it's either you don't use the public Wi-Fi or you use a VPN. So make sure that you have VPN installed in your phone or computer. Maybe you can mention some of the VPN applications that you can recommend to users on their phones or on their laptop. What are some of the maybe 2 VPNs that you can recommend, because there are very many out there. So the ones that you can recommend to people.
I would recommend, Kaspas, the antivirus software. They always come with their own VPN, and also there are free VPNs that are outside there that one can just download free of charge. There are very many, as you said, there are very many. So there are very many outside there. So I think we just go with what you like. There's a proxy VPN, and yeah, there's quite a number of VPNs outside there. But I would recommend the Kaspersky, the antivirus software. It comes with a VPN.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Charles. So he's saying that in case you're somebody who uses Kaspersky antivirus in your computer, so Kaspersky comes with its own VPN. And also he made mention of Proton VPN, which is also good that you can use. There is a Norton. Is it Norton or not VPN, which are also good for people to use. So let me come to Chol. Chol, you mentioned issues to do with security of online transactions and financial information. You see these days that people are getting banking. People bank with EcoBank. People bank with Equity Bank. People bank with Kush Bank, and these banks have online platforms. Yeah. So how can individuals and even organizations in this country ensure the security of their online transactions and financial information?
Thank you so much, Bida. I think it's a good question when it comes to our online transaction. So first and foremost, you need to understand the company that you subscribe to. In a global world, we have a standard and compliance that you need to comply with as a company entity to make sure that your customers and all the online safety when it comes to money transactions have to be secure. So one of the credit card holders in the whole countries, so they need to comply with the international frameworks that they need to follow when it comes to their security perspective in a money transaction. So one of the global standard need to be followed by these bank institutions. It's called PCI DS. PCI is called that is a payment card industry data security standards. So this is the one of the international standard need to be followed by this bank, so that when it comes to transaction of money online, and then the government, whenever there's any cyber attack within that company, because maybe they're lacking what we call the security standard policy, or maybe they have no any compliance within their institution. So the government will make sure that do what we call other things to make sure that all these people, they're all compliant with these international standards. Another thing is other person when it comes to personal level. So you need to make sure that you make use of what we call HTTPS. Those are what we call the secure networks. So for example, you go to a website, you find a website look like suspicious, because even your personal web browser that you use, they have embedded security features in them. Because when you try to do transaction, for example, you have a bank account with EcoBank, and Eco, they have a mobile app there where you can do your online transaction even where you go. This company, The hacker can spoof all of, maybe can make a clone of that app look like legit is from what, from EcoBank. But also you need to pay attention. The URL, the link that also give it to you. So you need to understand, is this link look the same link that the way that I always do my transaction. So HTTP, that what we call hypertext transfer protocol. These are the protocol with S, because sometimes you find a website with no S secure, but I think most of the people who are not from the tech background. So try to go to the Google. You need to open a Google, and then you will see up there there's a key lock on the website URL. You'll see there's a lock at your left hand side. So we mean this website is using what we call HTTPS. That is the security part of it. So again, you need to make sure that use VPN wherever you go. So VPN is very important. So one of my friend Joel was talking about VPN. So VPN has a lot of features and a lot of security features that you can that can protect you online. So talk about, like, when you are doing money transaction online, ask your personal level, not the company. So you need to make sure that you have a system in the place to make sure that whatever you send online is encrypted. So whenever the hacker get access to your personal detail, so that information have to be encrypted. So they will not see what is inside the information. For example, you're sending money, so they can see the transaction, but they cannot see what is inside. How much are you sending? So they will not intercept your communication. So that's why the only thing that you need to understand to make sure that your transaction is secure online. Pay attention to all these kind of link that you are doing transaction with. Make sure that the website that you do the transaction is secure and it is the same website you always visit, because they can change, they can modify the URL, that is the domain name that you use. You need to pay attention to those links and make sure that whatever you do, VPN should be your first priority. So, and I think that is the best option for you to secure your money transaction online. Back to you, Bidan.
Perfect. Perfect. And Charles, you talked about passwords, and this password thing is very important because we need it for our bank accounts, like these apps for the banks, these online banking platforms. Some of us are students, we do online courses. You need passwords for your accounts. So what are the best practices? The best practices for securing strong and secure websites. Best practices for creating strong and secure passwords.
Thank you, Bira, for the question again. Sorry, as we've seen in the previous slides, having a strong password is one of the strongest measures, to securing your credentials. So I would say you must use a strong, long, unique, and complex password. Okay, a password that is at least 16 character long. Okay, if you have a problem of forgetting the passwords, I recommend you use a password manager. Okay, there's one question that is down here. Somebody was asking for what is a LastPass? A LastPass could be it's one of the examples of a password manager that you can use to store your passwords. Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge, they have password managers whereby it will just save your password and it will autofill in case you need to. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, and then there's that thing of using the autofill of Chrome and Microsoft Edge and even other browsers like Firefox. So there's a debate where some cybersecurity people, they advise that people should not use that feature of Chrome where you save in the Chrome password manager and then it autofills. So what advice would you give to us who are listening to you now with regards to the use of that automatic saving on Chrome or on Microsoft Edge or any browser that people out there use?
Okay, the use of autofill, yes, it's not recommended because your password is stored there. And in case somebody can get to your Chrome database, that means that person has access to your passwords. Okay, that's why they say you have to use a unique password or a complex password. The traditional. We are now going back to the traditional ways of keeping the data of the internet, or you can have it on your head without putting it on, storing it using the password manager. So having a long password, I think I would recommend it as the first priority. It's for people who forget the password that can, if you are having many passwords and you fear storing, keeping them off head, you can just, use the password manager. But autofill and the password manager is the least thing that you can do. The first thing is having a long password, a 16 long characters if you can afford that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Now, like this, Joel, there's this thing, like many of us, even including you, most of us these days, we use our phones for doing most of our things, checking emails, social media, and stuff like that. So, what are some of the steps that we as individuals can take to secure our mobile devices from cyber threats? Because there are some cyber threats that come through the use of our mobile devices. Even you know issues to do with like journalists. There are some cases where some journalists were monitored through their mobile phones. So what are some of the steps that we can take as mobile phone users to secure our phones from cyber threats?
Thank you so much, Bida. For us and also for me and for everyone who is attending this training. So there is a way that for you to protect yourself from these cyber crimes, or you call them maybe hacker online. So, nowadays people are now moving from using computers and all these big devices to affordable devices like the smartphone and all kind of things. And also the threat, the more we use technology, so the threat will become more and more sophisticated. So in the simple term, for you to be safe from these kind of malicious activities, from these viruses and all this, the first thing you need to understand, you need to update your phone regularly, like on a regular basis. So because the reason why these people are giving you the update, because there's sometimes what we call a zero-day vulnerabilities. So when they detect it as a vulnerability in the system, or maybe let me say your Android phone, you're using Android phone, you're using maybe iPhone, because this company they identified there's some malicious code, or maybe there's kind of the vulnerability within their system. So they will try to push that notification to all the devices users for you to upgrade to your version, so that when a hacker try to access your phones, so they will not get access to your Android, to your phone. So you will be upgraded to the new version, of which is very hard for them to get access. So the first thing you need to make sure that update your phone regularly. So that's the first measure you need to understand. So number two, you need to follow some simple security setting that you can do. Like for example, you can put a pattern logger, maybe a pattern pin, or maybe something like you can log on your screens. So, and also I think most of us nowadays, they have a pin lock on their screen. They lock their screens, and also fingerprint, and also all kind of this simple setting that you can do at in a personal level, not in the government institution level. Because now we're talking about the whole the user, whether you are in government institution, whether you are in the private, or whether you are individual level organization. So those are the whole control measures need to put into place. So make sure that you put a setting, a simple setting where you put a password or any kind of thing that makes you to protect your device, because the device only yours, not for anyone. So again, you need to avoid visiting like malicious website, because some of us, they're not from tech background. So especially when you are from tech background, it is hard for you to understand these malicious activities. For example, you can get a virus on your phone. So it become more dangerous for all of us, especially those who are journalists, because sometimes nowadays, let me say, we are going for elections. And when the government see that maybe the government want to spy against you, so in a simple way for you to be protected, or maybe to know maybe someone is fighting against you, or maybe there's something is happening and you're not sure of. So in the simple way that you can do to protect yourself from malware, to protect yourself from viruses, to protect yourself from all these kind of security measures. So in a simple term, you need to reset your phone regularly. You understand? Reset your phone regularly every day. Make it as your normal routine to be protected. That is a simple way. Protect yourself. Even me, for me, I do. Because even if I'm a security, cybersecurity engineer, or maybe a cybersecurity guy, I'm not like the cybersecurity fool. So I need also protect myself. Every day I wake up, I have to make sure that I restart my phone. So make sure you reset your, even if someone put something on your phone, or maybe there's a virus inside your phone, when you reset it, so the phone will go back to the default setting. So all the virus will get out. So make sure that you do that also every time. So another thing, there are some simple settings that you can do maybe in social media, because the phone that you use, you always use it for your social media stuff. So you go to setting, you do any kind of setting, because there are some settings that can also give you a more kind of secure when it comes to online activity. So make sure that you do more setting on your, no more setting on your phone. So again, always use VPN. So VPN is very strong. So I can also give you more advantage of using VPN. So VPN can also encrypt your personal information. For example, here in South Sudan, and I want to get access to some website from another country. So because sometimes you find that you are restricted, but you cannot access it. Or maybe there's some website that you're not sure that they have a virus or malware. But when you use what we call VPN, this hacker, they cannot see what's happening on your transaction or maybe any kind of use of your device. So this VPN can encrypt your data. Also, the VPN can create what we call a secure tunnel. Maybe whatever you do online will be secure. So that is a very important thing you need to understand. So those are the things that I know that they can give you a more of protecting your device online from the cyber criminal. Thank you, Bida.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And let me just come quickly to Joel. We have 2 minutes left for this session before we throw the ball to the audience. So members of the audience, you can start preparing your questions. Any questions that you have to ask the panelists. And please do not repeat questions that we have already answered, or do not ask questions that might have been answered by the presentation. And then also I have dropped the attendance in the chat box. So please register your attendance. If you're following us on YouTube, we have dropped the attendance and it is pinned on the top chat of the YouTube live stream. So you can please register your attendance there so that you do not miss out. And then now we move, like I said, we are moving back to Charles. Charles, we have this issue of personal information. Yeah. So you see that a lot of people share personal information on social media. And some of these things are the ones that makes the work of people who get to compromise them really, really easy, because the information that these people need is readily available. So how can, what are the potential risks? What are the potential risks of sharing personal information on social media platforms? And how can individuals protect their privacy? Maybe what you can begin with, just mention to them the examples of personal information so that they get to know what personal information is and what they should consider as personal information. And then the potential risk of sharing such information on social media platforms like Facebook, which is very common, and how they can protect their privacy as social media users. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bida, for the question. It's a good question. And this is one of the crucial point in cybersecurity. You know, people tend to, expose their personal information. And most especially here in our country, everything is available outside there for the hackers to just grab it. And on top of that, we continue to help them with more information. For instance, the personal information that I can say is your number, your personal number, shouldn't be exposed on social media. Okay, your email address, okay, that is connected to your Facebook account shouldn't be exposed outside there. Talk of your full details, your full names. Okay, Facebook might ask you, you need to provide your full names and all that, but you can't be putting all the details, okay, for somebody to know all about you. Other details are your, people intend to use the number instead of email, okay? Most of the social medias, people use the number thinking that, if I use my number, this password will be easy. I will not forget it since it's the number that I usually use. So they use their mobile numbers, as passwords. So, and these numbers are still available on their what? on their pages or their wall. So use of such information, even the birthday, okay? The birthday could be dangerous. You know, most of the people, there are some people who use, they add their birthday on passwords. You know, somebody intends to, you know, add the birthday, and that is easy for a hacker. You know, it will not give me a hard time. You know, if I have your name, I have where you stay, or we have just kept in. It won't be even hard for somebody who is, let me just say, the physical, the thief, or the a threat to your physical, because now I've checked in and shows that I'm in this location. Somebody will say I'm here, and I'm just here chilling. Let me just say that. So that you've exposed your location, and anything can happen to you. If there is somebody that is targeting you, can easily get to you because you've given them the location. I'll give you an example of such a threat. There's a musician, an artist from South Africa, who got killed in such a scenario. You know, he was partying outside a restaurant with his friend. He was dining with his friends, and then he posted a location on his Instagram that is here hanging out in this location. And guys just pull up and then they shot him. He was shot in the restaurant. And these guys would have not known if he did not share the location. Okay. So these are the personal information that you should keep to yourself. They should be private. Okay. You shouldn't be overwhelmed of, you know, they all be excited of that technology and just keep posting around. So yeah, that is more of a personal information.
Yeah, I just want to add on. Yeah, thank you, Joel. I think everyone is getting more of how to protect your things on social media mostly. So that's the important thing that you need to understand when it comes to sharing things on your social media. So, for example, you know, you see someone is traveling maybe to another country, then you keep sharing your passport and believe. And you know, today I'm going to Kenya. You know, this is my. But you also share even your traveling detail and all this. So that one also is make it very dangerous when it comes to hackers, because for this guy, what they can do, they can use that information against you and they can impersonate you, doing a malicious activities on your behalf. So you need to understand. So whatever you post online is, you know, everyone is watching. You see, social media is made for social to make socialize with other people. But again, hackers, they will take advantage of it to make use of you, also to impersonate you, looking for loophole in you, and then to use that information against you to gain other things, you know. Also, you don't also share your license, like driving license on social media, and then also your taxpayer, you know, taxpayer number you don't share on social media, and then also your financial account and all this. So those are the important things that you need to pay attention when it comes to your personal security as individual. So these are the things that you need to understand. So also you should mention, like, you know, sometimes you don't need to share your location where you are, because nowadays people will be like, you know, today I'm in, you know, I'm in Gudela this time also, because if someone that wanted to track against you, they will look at the time that you are in Gudela, then eventually will know this is the location of Gudela and also the place that you are in. So they will look after you. You know, Juba is not secure. So please, whatever you post on social media, don't tag that, don't put the location. I also don't mention the place you are. So that is what we call the physical security one, because we have digital security. Also, we need to also consider physical security, because you need to understand all these two. Thank you so much, John.
Okay, so that one very interesting. So that one now connects us to like physical security and digital security. I like it. Now our time for questions is up, and there's very important question here that I really want to ask you before we give it to the audience to ask. Now this one goes to all of you. We know all of us, like you mentioned earlier, it is a shared responsibility. It is a shared responsibility for each and every one of us as digital citizens to protect ourselves and to be cyber secure. So how can individuals and organizations in South Sudan promote a culture of cybersecurity awareness and education within their communities? One of you can go first, another one can add later.
Yeah, I'll take that. The best thing is carrying out awareness training like this, carrying out webinars or campaign about cybersecurity can be the one of the best thing that any government or private entity can do to promote a secure cybersecurity culture in South Sudan. So I'll give it to 12.
Okay. Thank you, Chol, for that. When we talk about cybersecurity, we said cybersecurity is your responsibility. So, which means it's my responsibility, also is your responsibility when it comes to protecting, when it comes to protection of digital space and also our critical information infrastructure in the place. We talk about our critical infrastructure in the place. Talk about that's in the government level, whereby we need to protect our oil pipelines, our hospital data, all kind of things. So now when it comes to making sure to create a cybersecurity culture in the whole country, so the government should also emphasize and other private institutions to emphasize also to invest more in cybersecurity. Because now cybersecurity is a new training field and everyone wishes to be there. So, and in the whole world now is moving to digital. So we are moving to digital. So we need, we're going to be like facing a lot of challenges when it comes to cyber attacks and all this. But the bad thing now, we're lacking this professionally in the field and to also to identify, also to analyze, also to respond to any cyber incident in the country. So the government also should also put more effort and also to make sure that we have a cybersecurity programs or maybe the campaign all over the country, so that we also move as other country. So I can say for the government institutions also organizing that's a private and organization level. So they need to invest in cybersecurity, mostly the cybersecurity awareness. That is the person need to understand. Because we all know that the weakest part nowadays is human like me, human like you. So the company also, maybe let's say the government also can also invest in all these kinds of cybersecurity solution in the place, like putting firewall, putting antivirus and anti-malware. But it's still the company can be asked through you, through a human being like you. But if you are not trained, we are not a trained person. For example, people who come for the training today, so they will be in a position to recognize their failings, and also they will not be in a position to just do things just in the rush way. So you need to pay attention, look to the links, but the government and also the private should also invest in the training, because awareness in everything. Even if you have a security in place, you have all the security infrastructure in the whole company, so still the company can be through a human like you. So the training is a part thing that should be emphasized on. So that's what I can say.
Yeah, that's good there. Also, I would suggest that, for us who have been in this training and we've seen how the training is, I think we can also help the community, going outside there, telling them how this training is and following up with the latest trend. I think could be one of the measures that can be carried out. Some of we have people who are representing different institutions here. So them learning here and taking back this to their institution and then teach them about cybersecurity. I think it will minimize the risk of having cyber threats in their entities. Thank you.
Answering the question had. Now I will throw it to members of the audience. If you have any questions, guys, you can raise your hand, and then we'll give you the opportunity to ask. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. And also I will check the chat box as well as the comments section on YouTube to be able to, yes, we have Chino M5. Chino M5. You can unmute and ask your question. Yes, please. Chino M5. You can unmute and ask your question.
Ida, I think you can also give chance to Peter, who is in the chat section.
Okay, Peter. Peter, you can ask your question.
I thank you so much, Bida, and thank you, Chol and Chol, for the nice presentation. I am going to have two questions. One is that, both of you talked of the password, the strong password, and all that, and so forth. But I also wanted you to tell us, especially myself, you tell me that how could somebody knows that you have a strong password? Because you may create all this, and at the end of the day, you may not know exactly whether the password is the strong one or it is not a strong one, because the password must carry different characters, and that makes it the strong password. So I wanted you to say if there are ways that you can know that your password is strong, your password cannot be accessed, or maybe it will protect your device until the person will not make it to enter into your device. That is one. Secondly is one of you also talked of like when you want to send your money, like maybe you want to send them to Uganda or any other place. There are still other platforms that you can send in your money can go through them. I wanted you to tell me if do you have other ways of bypassing them? You don't go through them, or maybe if they will not be able to see maybe what you want to send, like money, they will not be able to see even to know the amount, not even knowing the amount, but not exactly to know that you are sending something to the other side, because the hackers are always there, as we are aware of them that they are there. But is there another way that you can eliminate them on the way so that you send your your things successfully? Thank you so much. These are the two.
Yes, I think so that you don't forget, you can just answer, and then we can pick another one.
Okay, I'll go first on that one. I'll talk about the password. As you said, how do you know if your password is strong and cannot be hacked? Okay, you know, they say a strong password gives the hacker hard time to penetrate in the system. Like a password that is mixed with characters, it's long and it has uppercases and all that. You know, a hacker will be trying, of course, will be trying to hack you, but it will give him hard time, you know, generating the numbers, generating the characters, generating the the figures and all that. Huh? So it will give him a hard time getting there. Sometimes a hacker can be frustrated and leave it because it's giving him long time. And the simple password is a password that the hacker can just, you know, generate and guess it, and you know, the guess password, the password that anybody can guess, that he maybe use his name mixed with a date of birth, maybe use his mobile number, maybe use his father's name with that, you see? So that is a simple password that can be guessed, or I use your name and generate your password through your name. So that's why they say a long and complex number, I mean password, you know, it's not that it's going to keep you safe, but it's going to give hacker hard time to get to you. It will reach a point whereby the hacker will be frustrated because it's taking him forever, and he doesn't have only you. and he's not sure that maybe the information is looking that is going to get it from you. So a hacker needs something that is quick and move on. Yeah. So that is it.
Oh, just thank you, Joel. Just wanted to add something on that when it comes to password. Now we look at the slide which was shared later by Joel. Then we talk about how you can create a strong password. Also, you need when creating the password, you need to understand all those two keywords. Like you need to, it have to be unique and complex. So what does it mean? So you need to mix some letters, uppercase and lowercase, plus numbers are also some kind of alpha number that you mix with your password to be strong. So again, for you to know this password is strong. So I will share with you website. There's a website called Monster, called Password Monster. If you create your password from nowhere, you need to identify whether this password is strong or is not strong. Then this website I will share with you on the link. Now, when you click on the website, then try to put your password there, the one for your WhatsApp, or let me say the one for your Facebook, the one for your Twitter. So this website will tell you how long will it take for the hacker to crack your password. Will it take a day? Will it take a year? Will it take a month? Or maybe, a decade? And then I will share with you the link. Oh, but you need to understand this basic thing that when you're creating a strong password. So, and that's all they mentioned before by Joel. There's no any way that you can create a strong password. But for you to know whether your password is strong or maybe it's not strong. So I will share with you the website, then you try yourself. Thank you.
Okay, the second question that you were asking about how one can send money without being noticed, okay? That is malicious. It is illegal if you can send money without being noticed. It can be illegal. That's what they call money laundering. But if you're fearing about the hackers, not the government, then any channel that you use to send money, it's a secure channel. For instance, mobile money, it's an encrypted system. Okay, it's very hard for a third party to penetrate into your transaction. Okay, that's why, for instance, the people in Uganda, they've been having these cyber threats of mobile money scammers, whereby somebody will call you and tell you, you know what, your number is about to expire. If you don't press this and that, your number will be blocked immediately. See, so these were the scammers, and these were the latest attacks that were happening in Kampala, Uganda. But as a mobile money itself, as a system, it's hard for somebody to get through your transactions unless you share with them. So there is no any other means that I would say that you use, but in case you feel like you're operating on a network and you want to wire money or send money, I think the best thing you can do is please always turn on your VPN, so that you can have a secure private network when you're doing transactions.
Thank you, Joel. I just want to add on this issue of sending your money from here to Uganda. But we look at the general, that is the work of what we call internet server providers. Okay, let me say like, for example, talk about MTN or Zen. That is their work, because they have to need to make sure that whatever money is sent using their mean of communication, they have to be protected. So that's why you see sometimes people are complaining, my account has been, someone also compromised my mobile money or something. What you need to understand, there's no any way that someone can accept that message that you send off the money you send, also get it back to their account. There's no any way that someone can do that. Also, you need to make sure that when someone try to manipulate you, that's what we call social engineering and phishing. We all mentioned about this. So it is you to give all the details, the personal detail to the third party or the person that you think you trust. So if there's no way for you to give this information to the person, there's no way the person will get access to your transaction. There's no way. So you need to make sure that whatever you do online, there's no any third party that you share your personal detail with. But for example, I have no idea of your personal details. So there's no way for me to know whether you send money or you don't send the money. So the only people can also see your transaction. It is only the service provider that you do the transaction with. So for example, you're using a mobile app for sending money from here to Uganda, but you need to understand this app that you're using is legit and also is secure. So that's the only company also can intercept your communication, also can also change your money that you're sending to another person. You need to understand the end app or mobile money that you use, you need to be protected, and you need to make sure this WhatsApp or maybe this app that I'm using is more protected. So that's the only way that you can be secure online. Thank you, John. So Vida, you can keep.
I think it's clear with Peter.
Okay.
I hope we are clear. Peter.
Okay. Yes, Peter, I hope your questions have been answered.
Yes, thank you so much. They have answered me very well. You know, sometimes we do confused when you hear that. So thank you so much. It's okay.
Okay, great. So I see there are no more hands up. Okay, great. So there are some, I see, I don't see really much questions in the YouTube chat box, but I see from YouTube, somebody is asking, how does a hacker get access to a person's details through free VPN use? How does a hacker get access to a person's details through free VPN use?
Okay, let me answer that question. Yeah, you know, when you're using a free VPN, for example, all of us we like using a free things. For example, you go to the airport, so you find that the Wi-Fi is written, and then you just go, then you connect to it, and then you get access to the free internet. But also, hacker also that is smart, so they will make use of the free internet to also to trick you that also is the same Wi-Fi also that you are using, because a hacker can go to the free Wi-Fi. What they will do, they will create the same Wi-Fi that the same Wi-Fi that you use. So, for example, it is maybe they will say the Newport International Airport Wi-Fi. So the hacker will do the same, will create the same name that will called Rugo Wi-Fi or maybe Rugo access point. So this guy will create that fake access point, which is the same with the same name with the one original with that website that or that Wi-Fi that you use. So they will make sure that when it comes to Wi-Fi broadcasting, because there's a technology that they use to broadcast this Wi-Fi for you to get access to this Wi-Fi. So this hacker will make sure that this Wi-Fi is number one, and also the speed also is higher. So whenever you connect that Wi-Fi, so the hacker will make it free, like it doesn't ask you with a password or something. You just log in automatic. So this hacker will record whatever you do online. So that's why that we also tell you to use a VPN. So for example, the hacker get what we call now, because that's what we call man-in-the-middle attacks. So this guy will be in the middle between you and whatever you do, maybe your social media, the monitoring security you are doing. But this guy will get access to your personal details. So because this Wi-Fi, you don't know whether it is the one for international airport that you use, because they will create the same name with the free Wi-Fi that you use. So eventually you'll get access to all the information that you do. For example, there is an online transaction. So this guy will get in and will also capture all the data that you put on the website, or maybe your social media, you try to log in, or maybe any kind of social media you do. The simple way that you do, use a VPN. Whether you're in South Sudan, because South Sudan, we don't use VPN for for you to access certain kind of information. But if you go to Uganda, you cannot access Facebook in Uganda without a VPN. So now, even if you're in the free country where we don't use VPN, please, for your personal security, because most of the places you go to the airport, you go to the restaurant, you see they have a free Wi-Fi, and you find those free Wi-Fi, they have no password. So you just go and click, and then you connect. Always use a VPN. VPN is whatever. You can also create the channel, like it can create a secure channel with you. So please use VPN. So that's the only way that you can be secure online.
Okay, thank you to all. That was great. Let me add something on top of that. VPN itself, which is free, as I said earlier, it's never free. Yeah? There's nothing that is free. It will always come at a cost. Okay, so as you are serving or as you are accessing the free VPN, there's always these ads that come up. Okay, you have to watch the ads so that it can connect again and all that. Through watching these ads, that's where you can have, yeah, you can, uh, this is where somebody can get access to your data in case you clicked on a link, or maybe you clicked on the ad and the ad maybe is creating a spam, or it's creating a virus. Okay, so this is the way that you can be attacked on a free Wi-Fi. I mean, on a free VPN. Uh, yeah, that is it. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so very much for answering those questions.
So, Bida, are you talking about us?
I think you
Not
are
really.
not
Repeat the question.
check your mic.
Questions, and it's been a very amazing. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying you can make your final remarks.
Okay, let me start. By saying thank you so much to the audience for taking your time to attend this wonderful and informative webinar. And also, thank you so much to Vida, the host of this event. You don't just come for this training just for the sake of attending for any kind of things. It's also very important to come for this kind of training, because cybersecurity is more of training, feel everyone feel like, also feel like to join the field. You're almost welcome if you're interested to learn more about cybersecurity. And also, you need to make sure that your fashion also the time also to catch up with us. Cybersecurity is not something that which is very hard for everyone to be. It's all about you need to sacrifice yourself also if you have the vision and the passion to join the field. Also, just wanted to give you more advice on when it comes to your personal safety online and how to be safe online. So please, I can tell you mostly when it comes to South Sudan, because me, I know what's happening because I'm the one handling this social media account. So everyone like complain that my social media is being hacked and all this. So and that's the only thing that I've been seeing, and most of the people that are coming, their whole social media issues. Please, the only thing that you need to understand, Facebook is more secure platform globally, not in South Sudan. And if you make use of that Facebook and you don't share your personal detail, so I can assure you that no one can hack you. Even we, the person like means we call outside of the cybersecurity analyst, so there's no one can hack your personal account. It is you that I will use my social engineering skill and also the phishing attack that I can send to you. Then I will get more information from you. But please be secure online and stay safe. Don't share your personal detail. Even if it is me, even if it is your mother, the person that you relate to, this is the real person that asking those information. Please, you need to verify from the source, from a legal source. If it is me and Juba, you have to call me the actual. Are you the one who sent me this, or are you the one who do this? Then from there, I'll be in a position to give you the feedback. Don't just write something. You need to confirm the source. Don't share your email with anyone. Don't share your personal detail on Facebook. Whatever you do on social media, please let it be social, not for your personal detail, and so that you'll be safe online. And thank you.
That was great, Chol. I would like to say thank you all for attending this webinar, and I hope it was informative. And one thing we need to take home is, in this digital age, cybersecurity is a crucial thing, and it's our own responsibility, and it's as individuals or as the institution that you represent, to protect ourselves against these cyber threats. So I hope that the session was good, and I hope that we've learned something, and we can continue to help each other. With today's session, I think we have some things to take home with. We can have a family tech talk about the cybersecurity, how they can keep themselves secure, and all that. I hope when somebody has issues with the password, I hope we can all be able to help them, and stay so that they can protect themselves against cybersecurity. So yeah, thank you all for turning up, and thank you for the attendance. You can have a nice evening.
Okay, have a nice evening, everyone. Take very, very good care of yourselves. And I hope that all of you have been able to register your attendance. The attendance was shared in the chat box. And also, if you're following on YouTube, take good care of yourselves. And we meet again in November for a different
I think we are good to leave, right?